Do you want to know the top tier equipment for light builds? I will be ranking weapons from best to worst so you guys know what to use in the next match. Let me know in the comments what you think about this tier list. Let's dive right in. XP54 S tier. The XP54 in the finals is the leading weapon in the battle arena and it's a monster on the battlefield. Tailored for aggressive players, this weapon delivers exceptionally fast and overwhelming damage. It stands out as a solid choice for those who are looking for swift movements and efficient takedowns. Very beginner friendly since it has a pretty good recoil, which means you can be a lot more precise and have a chance to deal a lot of damage. I think it's a top tier weapon in general, thus I'll be putting it on the S tier. V9S S tier. The V9S emerges as a standout weapon in the finals because of its extreme damage when aiming for headshots. It earns its status as one of the stars in the arsenal. As a semi-automatic pistol, its versatility shines through, making it an excellent choice for close to medium range combat with minimal recoil. Notably, the V9S has an extremely fast fire rate, adding an edge to its performance. A little less beginner friendly compared to XP54, its slow fire rate is making it difficult to get into, but I think it still deserves a spot on the S tier. SR84 A tier. The SR84 stands out as the ultimate weapon for precise players who prefer headshots and are prepared to take down entire enemy teams. Combining speed and accuracy, this sniper is tailored for those whose playstyle in the finals involves a more strategic, long-range approach. While you may not find yourself in the middle of the action, the SR84 ensures you contribute significantly with precision and impactful gameplay. I don't like it as much since I only play close to medium range combat, since in the finals you really have to stick with your team and try to support each other. When going for cash drops or protecting your cash out, enemies will come from all directions trying to steal your money. That's why I really recommend sticking to your teammates. Thus I'll be putting it on the A tier. LH1 B tier. The LH1, a semi-automatic marksman rifle, serves as a decent choice for engagements at medium to long ranges. While its damage and fire rate are commendable, they may not quite match up to the performance of the previously mentioned weapons, since this weapon has a little bit less damage and fire control. Nonetheless, the LH1 is a reliable option for players seeking a balanced approach in the finals, providing a solid mix of accuracy and firepower for those strategic encounters on a distances. While this weapon is a little difficult to play, I think it still deserves a spot in the B tier. M11 B tier. The M11 has a remarkable speed, but its nature leans towards chaos and unpredictability. As a machine pistol, it inhibits substantial recoil, making it most effective in close range combat. It's important to note that the M11 experiences a decline in damage output when used from a distance. This weapon is only used for close range combat, so I'll put it in the B tier. Sword B tier. A sword in the finals is tailored for skilled players. Although the damage output is less than that of the dagger, the ability to charge at enemies adds a dynamic element to gameplay. However, players wielding swords in the finals should be aware that they become open to surrounding bullets. Players wielding swords in the finals should be aware that you need strategic maneuvering and precise timing when you're aiming for melee attacks. Choose the sword wisely and it becomes a tool to showcase your abilities, finesse and skills in the matches. While this weapon is pretty similar to the dagger, it's much more beginner friendly since you can be much more strategic about your movements and by supporting your team. Thus, I'll be putting it in the B tier. Throwing knives B tier. Like the sword, throwing knives are quite hard to learn, since they require precise aim and quick movement. If you master the skill of throwing knives, you could deal a lot of damage. Support your team by distracting enemies while they try to attack your cash out. If you want to use knives in ranked matches, you really have to train your aim. Except for that, knives can be pretty fun while trying to use them on the battlefield, so don't be afraid to give them a try. Assassin's Dagger C tier. Ever heard the advice, don't bring a knife to a gunfight? Well, in the finals, the dagger defies that wisdom. This weapon is reserved for skilled and seasoned players. Functioning as a stealth weapon, players approach enemies closely without attracting gunfire. While its regular hit inflicts 50 damage, a charged backstab can deliver a whopping 320, potentially resulting in one-shot takedown. Navigate the battlefield with finesse and the dagger becomes a lethal tool. The dagger is quite difficult to play. If you're good with movement, then go for it. Since you're vulnerable to enemy gunfire, this is the only weapon I'm gonna put in the C tier. We've covered all of the weapons for light builds in the finals. If you want to see a tier list for medium and heavy builds, let me know in the comments and make sure to subscribe. This was Symeon, see you on the battlefield.